Somebody got their Medea up too loud.
Yeah, that's my wife.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Games at Large, episode 94, the Butter Pecan Cast. And tonight, today, first of all, let me apologize. We're doing this one today because I thought Easter was next Sunday. So I do apologize. We're gonna be taking tomorrow off for the Easter holiday, and tonight we already have a topic that we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna let Andre start it off. Go,
Why me?
cause you was the last one talking, so go.
That ain't even right.
That is so right.
Yeah,
Because you just
the pre-ad.
completely put me on the spot and caught me off guard like that. That ain't fair.
How did I
But
catch you off guard? You're never off guard.
uh huh, yeah. But
Andre, why you no game?
because I had no brain right now. But shoot. I guess we could start off with the embarrassment of the NX stuff that everybody dealt with recently, and all the
um,
people that kind of believed it to be true immediately without thinking about it.
yeah, that appears to be. Mm,
I,
well,
w- I was in the say it isn't so camp.
I don't know. To me, I looked at that like nobody, nobody, even Nintendo of all companies, is not going to put out a prototype of anything that looks exactly like a patent that they put out.
no, the patent is purely for demonstrational purposes only, and just to say that everything that they're describing is in that document, so they just have something to go by because they know patent trolls exist, and they know people will literally copy and paste that and say this is their new design if that's what they were going by. They always keep several prototypes anyway, so that might have been one of several prototypes, but they'll always go with something different usually.
Mm.
So we've all seen prototypes what the GameCube controller looks like, the Wii U, and the Wii remote at one point. You know, the Wii remote at one point was going to be a GameCube controller with motion in it, and you know it just at one point it was just going to be a peripheral for the GameCube. So
Mm.
it's several prototypes. Like I think at some point what Factor 5 said that at some point there Nintendo brought to them three different prototypes of what the successor to the GameCube was going to be, and one of them was an HD console that was like similar to what the Xbox 360 was. And you know they decided to go with the 480p because of the market penetration and all that other kind of stuff, which actually was a good bet for that time. So I how can I say this? Uh, always doubt when it comes to stuff like that. It's never going. The closest that anybody's ever come has been Wii U with regard to the Project Cafe stuff and stuff like that because of a lot of the and it's not even beforehand. It's all the stuff after Nintendo started going to shop with the third parties that they started taking pictures and stuff at presentations and stuff like that, and people that went to these presentations started drawing up diagrams of what they were shown breaking NDA or whatever. So what they would do is like, so if a person was under NDA and they go to an event or whatever, you cannot document, transcribe, or do anything that's there, right? Well, legally, there is nothing that anybody can do if somebody that did not sign that contract goes out and do that. So if they somehow are able to communicate that information and confirm and not make it non-confirmational, if you will. So let's see, encrypted pictures being sent to each other and things like that, or just a way to where it can't be traced that this person directly talked to this other person about what they've been shown. Then that other person that has not signed the contract can do whatever the hell they want, and they could draw up documents and talk about stuff and speculate and throw it all out there. And that's kind of what happened to the Wii U well ahead of time. And Nintendo showed it to the press as well ahead of time also. So they've already been kind of guessing on things. So and to the point where they saw prototypes and they saw one with 768 gig, megs of RAM instead of 1 gig and stuff like that. So it, I just hate that this happened this way because a lot of people with huge followings on YouTube and all these other forums and stuff like that ran wild with it just like they run wild with everything else. And I just don't understand how you could be led to the pond that many times and still not understand that it's water. I just don't like how can you just there's another leak, blah 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 blah. Oh, Nikkei said Nintendo is killing off Wii U. I'm like, bruh, they're probably gonna deny that pretty soon. And bruh, they're probably gonna deny this controller even exists, or at some point the person that faked it is gonna come forward.
I think they already did deny it.
They denied the Wii U thing, the Wii U thing, but they're not going to talk about NX at all. So they're not going to deny any of that stuff because them denying it would be, them talking about it, and they're not going to talk about it until they're ready to. So basically, at this point, let everybody speculate as much as they want. We have said a year ago we're not going to talk about this until this time when we're ready. So if they can't take that official statement and deal with it, I mean, what else are they going to do? So this picture was here. I don't know if we can pull it up or not, but anyway, so everybody's seen this picture, and there's this oval shape people were talking about. Looks like either Stewie or what was it, Hey Arnold or something like that.
Hey Arnold.
Yeah, so they're showing these pictures, everybody making fun of it and all this other stuff, and apparently there's this haptic feedback technology that everybody saw from a patent, and this touch screen technology which everybody saw from a patent, as well as the analog triggers that also there are click wheel, which everybody saw from a patent. So this person decided to take all the patents together, throw them together, and create this concept based off the concept picture in the patent itself, and make a design off of it and photoshopped it. You can see all kind of little errors here and there. So the shadow itself, if you look at it and you zoom in, it is literally the shape of the oval extended. And all they did was create it as a translucent layer and add a darker color to it to spread the shadow out. Because naturally, it's not going to cast that type of a shadow. It's going to be it's going to depend on the light and where it angles from, which would be a little different than everything else in that scene. If you saw the keyboard, the monitor that was there, and all that other kind of stuff, their shadows are in completely different directions. Number one. Number two, the analog sticks don't cast any shadows, and the analog stick is not going to go directly into a screen. There will be some type of bevel separating the screen from anything else that's touching it. Otherwise, you'd be cutting yourself with damn glass if you're a child. So, I mean, that just goes without saying. And I don't know how this, I don't even know how this even got circulated around so long without somebody ever pointing this out. But I think Rule 2 Review pointed, I think he did a video and he basically said, everything but it being true, but he still gave the 5% chance that it might be true. And I'm like, no. I know how an analog stick works, and it's a big ass circle. Like, maybe I should let me turn my camera on real quick so you guys can see this. But if you look right here, right, so you see this analog stick here, look at all the space that's required here, because underneath this casing there's a giant receiving area for all the different angles that this is going to rotate. That can't fit under glass. It's not. And definitely not under a flat surface that looks like a oval that's been extruded. It just doesn't work that way. That's not how they were manufactured. I don't care how many times Nintendo has made these. That's not going to change. So it's just common sense at some point when you start thinking about that kind of stuff. Yes, the whole raise button thing, the 1B button, yeah, that looks cool. That is possible technology that can happen right now, but just for one to show up at a time is kind of weird, and it was kind of faded, and it didn't actually extrude from the glass or have any other type of evidence to show that it was actually there underneath the glass as a thermal or a physical print. So that is just, I don't know, just hogwash. And yeah, give it a 3.5 millimeter jack, because even Apple's moving away from those. That's just, it's just, oh my god. So yeah, I don't know. What you guys think about it, man? Does everybody need a headphone jack at the bottom of their controller? Didn't Microsoft learn last generation? I'm just saying.
At this point, dude, I'm of the mind frame of it's funny because when you saw it, I'm like, dude, this can't be true. And two, didn't Nintendo say they was gonna talk about this at E3?
At
Just
E3 or
wait.
before E3. They
Yeah,
said this
just
year at some
wait.
point. So
Yeah, just wait. I'm like, people are, and I don't want to hear the excuse of, oh, there's no games on the system and it's dead, and that's why they're talking about it. No, that's you talking about it.
yep.
That's you. That's your own personal opinion. That's not, the fact of the matter. So I mean, just wait till they talk about it. Y'all gonna continue to get trolled by people because remember the Rayman troll for Smash Brothers. That's
Mm,
Yep.
what I thought about when this first happened. I'm like, this is gonna end bad for those people who love to jump on stuff, and it did.
You know what's so funny though? It was kind of smart because every single piece of that puzzle is actually technologically possible, just not physically possible in the way that it was assembled.
mm.
That all those pieces could work together. Like you could have the force feedback for buttons and stuff like that. You can have an entire screen cover your controller. It's just not gonna look like that. There are other things that need to be in place before that happens. Um,
I wouldn't want a whole entire screen covering the controller because I like thumbsticks and whatnot.
yeah, it's already a problem when you use the thumbstick simulation on an iPhone game. Your thumbs get in the way. So the same thing is going to happen with your thumbsticks on the screen. That's why the thumbsticks are so far apart from the screen on the gamepad, on the Wii U gamepad, because I mean they're not even, they could be right above the buttons, but instead they're justified right and left, way away from the screen. Like as in to intentionally, like it was an intentional design decision to keep your thumb from ever slipping on the screen. So why would they make something to go directly on top of the screen? That doesn't add up. I mean, like anybody could look at a picture of a Wii U gamepad and you can see it like immediately. Like there was an intentional decision to keep the gamepad about 2 inches away from the screen on each side. So in no way, shape, or form, you're more than likely to hit the X button accidentally than you are to ever hit the touchscreen, unless you intend to do it.
That's
So,
true.
Exactly.
it's just amazing to me, man. Amazing, but hey, LNR will have wheels.
I mean, whatever Nintendo comes up with is just what they're going to come up with at the end of the day, and we have no choice but to either buy it or not buy it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so many people they have their checklist of everything they want Nintendo to do, but Nintendo has never did that. They always came up with stuff we thought we didn't need, but we ended up needing later on. Like the analog sticks, like the triggers, like the rumble, and the wireless in a first-party controller. I mean,
And not to mention a screen separate from the main TV screen.
exactly.
Because I'm gonna tell you something right now. Playing Legend of Zelda and being able to take a quick look at the map without pausing and keeping the game going while you're riding your horse is awesome.
I told you, John Riccatello sold the Wii U better than Nintendo did to me. I heard him just like, imagine playing Madden and not having a HUD. I was like, I'm done. I'm sold.
Yeah.
I'm sold. It didn't really happen in that many games, but I was sold on that idea. It should have happened in every game just about, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but who's to say that they might not actually, they might actually sit up here and give it a second shot to the touchscreen, and who knows, they might succeed this time around.
To be honest, I'd be perfectly happy if it was just another Wii U that supported 4 gamepads. I would be perfectly fine with that. Upgrade the specs, I guess, to whatever resolution you want to support, and go from there. Just make more good games. It doesn't have to be anything brand new to me.
My dream machine would be powered by the Power 8.
Ah, yeah, this was the precast. This was the the precast topic.
Power 8
Yeah.
processor, only because of the way that it supports 8 threads per core, has 4 levels of cache. It's a beast, and yet it's still an older chip that they can sit up here and save money on using.
Well, here's the other thing too. It's fully backwards compatible with every other power processor too, to include emulation. So you could not only run older games going all the way back to the GameCube, you could also emulate them as well. So you could do something such as virtualizing the entire OS of each console, and it would be a guest console. If if Nintendo went all the way live with this and they had a system, say there was a base system that you could buy, right? And that base system would be with a Power 8 or whatever, and just maybe it would have 4 cores in it or whatever. They've gotten it down now to where they're not that power hungry anymore. They went from being anywhere between 95 watts. I think they got it down to about 50 now. So you'll get a 4-core machine that's not gonna pull more than 100 watts on the CPU side of things. So you could theoretically have 4 cores of Power 8 processors that would be able to. If you wanted to, you could probably have 2 or 3 instances of an entire operating system going at one time, albeit being the Wii U. You couldn't emulate the Wii U because half of its OS is on ARM, so that would be a little bit different. But you could definitely emulate 2 GameCubes or Wii or something like that and have that all running at one time. And that would be the best version of backwards compatibility that you can actually come around to, because it will be literally emulating the entire experience. And
if they work a way to have one of the cores actually be somewhat of a pseudo system on a chip for Wii U.
Yeah, you could do that too.
There you go. Then they'll be able to sit up here and switch off. Because let me tell you something right now. They wouldn't need to use, like, there's a 4-core one that's like the entry-level one, and it goes up to 12 cores. I don't see Nintendo going anywhere near the 6 to 12-core region. They're going to go for the 4-core.
Yeah.
They could easily just get away with just using 3 of the cores for the new operating system, for the new console itself, and then dedicated 1 core towards emulation.
Yeah, and these the newest 4-core chips, yeah, like you said, they handle 8 threads at a time.
Uh-huh.
And they're 8 threads with dual, how can I say this? I won't say hyper threading, but their own version of
hyper threading.
Yeah, they'd be able to see, simultaneously interchange between threads on top of that. So you have essentially multitasking on top of multi-threading.
And it's interesting also how they handle memory. You know that they can use either DDR3 or DDR4 memory. And with the prices coming down, like I said, there's no telling what they can do. They can even do a mixture, I think, because they have something known as a Centaur that handles memory management.
Yes, and you can also, so you can have DDR4, DDR3. You could also have the old school Rambus memory as well, and you could have EDRAM. They all support NCMs with EDRAM as part of the substrate. So you could have a direct path of EDRAM. You could have multiple pools of EDRAM with multiple Centaur controllers. I think I'll have to look at the wiki, but I think it was about around anywhere between half to 1 full terabyte of memory per socket.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but it's excessively high bandwidth and massively parallel. And it's got VMX built in, everything built in, and all kind of little features. Basically everything that you would want. So it could theoretically at 2 gigahertz outperform a PS4 or Xbox One combined for the most part, because it would. You're talking about 16 threads.
Mm-hmm.
16 threads at half the rate of speed with twice as many bits of cache floating around.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing the amount of cache this sucker has. The level 1 cache is 64 plus 32 per core.
Yep.
Kilobytes, and then you got the level 2 cache, which is per chipset, which is 512. The level 3 is 8 megs per chipset.
And that's just SRAM. That's not counting EDRAM.
Mm-hmm.
So
then
EDRAM is L4 on here instead of. So like Wii U EDRAM is L3.
Mm-hmm.
On this system it would be like L4. So you have like instant gratification all the way around. It's amazing, man.
They would have to program specifically for this, and a lot of developers, it's weak because we can't program for it. Nah, they can't even say that now in this case, because if they use this processor, forget it. There will be no excuses.
No.
There will be one excuse.
It's too powerful.
There you go.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
this would be a good progression for them because then they could go Power 9 the next generation and still save money as well.
yeah, and I think the power deal with IBM I think is over. That was the 10-year whatever thing. I have to.
Yeah,
I've
but
still yet to find this anymore. But I remember the original announcement from IBM talking about the GameCube, talked about how long the deal was and everything. So I don't know what.
no, I think it just ran out. I think it just ran out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were celebrating their 10 millionth processor and everything, and talking about RAID controllers and everything else that they use that processor for. But I don't know where they go from here. Like they started that entire thing in 1998.
Mm.
So around 2008ish, when 2008 2009 is around the time they started doing ramping up on R&D for this system we got right now.
Mm.
So I don't know if that's the end of that or they're going to do anything else with them, but
I just
good.
hope that, be honest with you, I hope they don't go x86 because then we would have to sit up here and deal with the fact that we're not going to have, more likely than not, backwards compatibility with
Yeah.
the Wii U and the Wii and the GameCube. That's one of my concerns, because believe it or not, a lot of consumers, that are enthusiasts for Nintendo brands they're accustomed to backwards compatibility. They've become accustomed to it.
But backwards compatibility is not next gen.
Oh Lord. Yes, it
Because it's
is.
so
Unless you're paying for it or it's a last minute afterthought.
it's so sophisticated they had to leave the power architecture so we could have these new experiences, and those new experiences are the same game and with more frames per second and a slightly higher resolution. I'm sorry, the promised resolution from the older platform is finally possible.
Oh,
But
Guess
not
what? All the
consistently.
screen tearing in last gen, it still exists. All the invisible walls, they still exist.
the thing is that people just don't get it, man. I mean, at the end of the day, if the game doesn't play right, it doesn't matter how pretty it looks.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It really does not matter how pretty it looks if you can't play it.
It, it
Hmm.
it's just amazing to me how the press will pick and choose. Like Stardew Valley is like the darling for everybody now, right? And they'll take any indie game or any downloadable title and say, yeah, this is one of the greatest games for this platform, blah 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 blah. But nobody ever wants to talk about all those types of games that are on the eShop. Like, well, we had a discussion before already. Like, people avoided saying that Shovel Knight was a Wii U title and stuff like that. So, to the point where people will admit that it's a 3DS title before they would say Wii U, and
Yeah,
it's just amazing to me.
Colin Moriarty.
And the only reason people talked about High Jump was because they found out that the Wii U version was going to lack features. Then it became a running story.
Mm.
Nobody talked about it at all. When Nintendo had it on their sizzle reel, nobody was interested except for Nintendo fans. And then as soon as, it might have some problems, it might not have online multiplayer because of this dynamic, or we didn't have enough time to develop it, or whatever. Now all of a sudden we want to make headlines and stories. Oh, well, this version is going to lack features.
Mm.
Yeah. Nobody was talking about that. Do a search on the story for that game and see if you can find anything about it back when Nintendo put it in their presser for, I think that was 2014.
14,
I think
yeah,
it was when we first saw
into
it.
14. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody talked about that game.
Nobody.
There was bad news. Nobody talked about it.
Not one person.
So, and that's the way it is for most eShop titles. I can listen to every podcast that I'm subscribed to, and they will talk about every downloadable title in the drought of PS4 games and the drought of Xbox One games, and they will never talk about any eShop stuff
Mm-mm-mm.
ever. And if it happens to be on every platform, they're definitely not going to mention it then. They'll just say it's on consoles.
They'll either say it's a multi-platform game, or they won't say it at all.
Yeah. or if it's on Wii U, they'll talk about how they're looking forward to the Steam release.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those. I don't get it. Like, I want to do a discussion on this and I don't know why it's so important to hate on Nintendo. I don't understand it. Like why
'Cause
is
it's
that the
fashionable.
most important thing to you? Why? Why?
You want to be popular? Hey,
I,
you want to be popular? Joining the crowd of people that's bashing. That's pretty much how that works.
I mean, you got people sitting here telling you that Wii U is factually a financial deficit for Nintendo, and I don't think Nintendo's ever released any documentation saying that console put them in a hole ever.
They never have, but
They
because they've been steadily making a profit.
all they've said was you get a profit if you buy a game. They've said
Yeah.
that from day one.
Yeah.
I don't. They killing me with that, but yeah, people aren't honest and stuff like that. But anyway, so NX controller is that's not real. Look forward to the real one once they announce it. It'll be great, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to play games on it pretty well because if there's one thing they're good at designing controllers, and then other people take their ideas and run with it.
Yeah. That's gonna be interesting when they finally reveal it because I'm waiting for the cascade of videos talking about how they don't get it.
Yep, it's like, oh, this controller is horrible. Oh my god, and then everybody else will emulate it, just like the Wii remote, just like the gamepad. When they were like, oh well, you can have tablet functionality. We can smart glass. We can
Vita.
yeah. Transfarring is
Yeah,
oh my
I'm sorry. It's just funny to me because at this point, like we've seen this happen so many times that I can't help but laugh.
and it's not. I hate it because it's not being a Nintendo fan. It's being a person that's seen this industry
Yeah,
20 plus years. It's done the same thing every
over and over.
every time. Like there's always somebody that's skeptical. They're like, why the hell did they take the joystick away and they just got a thumb pad and two buttons? Like what is that? Why is it square? That doesn't feel good. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh well, I don't know.
I will never forget they bashed the GameCube controller, and as soon as like Smash and was some other game came out, those are the greatest controllers of all time.
Oh yeah, and they go for outrageous amounts of money on eBay right now because everybody wants those. And
I mean, if you want to look at a recent example of what we're talking about, Amiibo.
Yeah.
From the time before Amiibo came out, people were like, when I remember Game Explained did it talking about how the quality was bad, and everybody was making videos talking about how bad the quality was. Hadn't seen the first one, how bad the quality was. So they had some available for pre-order. I went on to pre-order the ones I wanted, which was Marth and Link.
Yep.
Come time when it comes out, everybody's rushing to get them. Yep. Now you got those same people complaining that talked about how they was bad quality, but they didn't have them in the hand, and neither have seen them. How bad the quality was. Now they're complaining about they don't have enough supply. Well, not 3 months before that, you and about 50 other people have went on a tear about how bad they were.
But now you complain about supply. Nah, you don't want one, remember?
You didn't want it. So why are you mad? And if it was really that serious, why didn't you just pre-order it?
Because they wanted it to die out just like they wanted the Wii U to die out.
Yeah. And those things have been a hit because I don't care who you are. If you sitting up there saying, "Oh man, I'm not finna get one," they always do something to make you get that freaking Amiibo. Wolf Link, anybody?
So have you seen the implementation of this? Like they're still trying to, Fallout did what they did. They sell their little collectible to go with their game or whatever. But even Microsoft is sponsoring somebody else to make them Killer Instinct action figures now.
Yeah, I saw that. They Todd McFarlane.
That's cool though, actually. I mean, but it's amazing to me. Like, I think Microsoft kind of said that ahead of time. They were like, "Hey, we're looking into something similar to that, and look for more of it soon, or something like that." But man, that's like, and it's like literally like an Amiibo. It's just a taller Amiibo. They have a stand and everything they go on.
Yep.
Yeah, imagine a G.I. Joe on a Amiibo stand. That's basically what it is.
Does it have NFC capability?
No. No,
No.
they're going to
They-
be just figures.
Yeah, they're not they because Microsoft has nothing to use that with.
Not at
From
all.
from what I understand.
They can use it for fight money. I would do it, but
Yeah.
I think everybody that's a fan of that though, they probably bought the Ultra Edition where they don't even need fight money. And
Yeah.
again, what they call it, KI Gold, I think is what they call
KI
it.
Gold, yeah.
Yeah. So like, there's nothing in that store that I would buy. I have the majority of everything anyway. There's nothing that I would need for that. But like the figures, I don't think for the people that will buy them, they're already hardcore enough anyway. So I don't think there would be any bonus for that game anyway. Like if there were other Microsoft games that they published or something else that may have used the Killer Instinct brand, possibly, maybe that would. I don't know how you would do it though. At this point, this is season 3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else do you do?
Season's too late.
Yeah. What else do you do at this point? But
I have a thought.
I'm probably gonna buy that Kim Woo though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I would love a Kim Woo amiibo.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy her at least. They got a Fulgore, a Jago, Kim Woo.
I don't like the Jago. The Jago one don't look right.
Yeah, because those, and I was just talking to on Google Plus about this. The character designs are butt, with the exception of Kim Woo, because they actually tried to stay true to her or whatever. But the character designs they did for all the traditional characters, I just go with the classic mode, and I always play with those, because those are how they should have looked. They updated the old style, and they actually look okay. So I don't know. They should make. Or they should at least listen to the audience to see if they want the classic mode. I was about to say dolls, action figures variant to be out, or some type of way to make it different. So I don't know.
And that's that. And that is that. Well, peeps, it's actually Women's Month. The 8th was actually International Women's Day for all you Deadpool fans.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
So, that being said, of being International Women's Day, I thought it'd be cool to just actually take a little bit of time and actually talk about some of our favorite female game characters or female women game designers, artists, or whatever that's out in gaming now. So, anybody want to go first? Because I don't want to take anybody's.
I'm gonna make it very short. Samus Aran for the win.
Wow. Well.
Okay.
There's that.
Mine is going to be kind of short too, because we all know about the lovely Bayonetta.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
How much?
No
we
explanation needed.
Oh, good Lord.
I mean,
misogynist.
I mean, speaking of misogyny, I mean, everybody wants a Jill sandwich, right?
Oh Lord.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, Barry will tell, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
very well tell.
But no,
How can you be so crass to the master of unlocking?
Man, all you got to do is go to a Marvel vs. Capcom tournament, and you'll hear all kind of talk about it.
Oh Lord.
I'm like that.
You're all kind of bad stuff. Vanessa Schneider, for the people that don't know who she is.
PNO3.
Yeah, she is product number 3, and she finds out towards the end of the game that there's an army of clones of her, and they all walk and talk like her, and it's that's pretty cool. That whole game, you're destroying everything, only to find out that you have to kill yourself, or somehow convince yourself to not destroy the world because you're a product of an army. You are Fulgore in female form, apparently.
Or Zero from
Very
X-Men.
misunderstood.
Or Zero from X-Men.
She was voiced by the voice acting whore of gaming. I can't think of her name right now, but
Jennifer Hale?
Jennifer Hale?
yeah, Jennifer Hale. Yeah, yeah. It was Jennifer Hale. So, yep.
My favorite voice actress.
Yep. So if you like hearing your female Star Wars: The Old Republic character talk,
Or female chef. Or
yeah, or female.
Dude, I'm gonna say this. I know I sound like a real fanboy, but I'm gonna say I would love to see Brittany Kowalski do voice acting in video gaming.
I thought she was supposed to.
I never really heard of anything from her doing a video game. You know, she does anime,
Yeah,
but
I know how. 'Cause we'll have
but
to talk
can you
about that
imagine,
later.
dude? I would like to see her do Samus Aran just to hear Yamada's voice come out that mouth. That'd be funny.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that because that just messed me up right there. That really just messed me up. Yamada and Samus. No, no. I can see how wrong that could get very, very quick. Me
Um,
personally, I actually have one. And it's an artist actually. She's done work on Platinum Games, stuff for Namco Bandai. It's Mari Shimazaki. She's actually the woman who designed Bayonetta, as well as Kazumi Mishima, Ivy from Soul Calibur. She's actually like a famous artist because there's actually a tweet that went out when Bayonetta was released from your boy Kamiya. Gotta love that guy.
Hey,
Where
what about White Mage from Mario 3-on-3 Hoops?
White Mage?
mm,
From Super Mario 3-on-3 Hoops. You never heard of Super Mario 3-on-3 Hoops?
Yeah, that
The
was
DS game basketball, the White
yeah.
Mage.
I never played it.
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm not even a sports fan. What's wrong with you?
Well, it was on the DS, so.
Hey, Quan, did you just channel your inner Reggie there? What's
Yeah.
wrong with you?
Yeah, so I wasn't gonna play a basketball game on the DS. Sorry.
Hey,
But-
people said they weren't going to play survival horror games on the DS, but they did.
I didn't say that. Did I say that? No, I didn't say that. But I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play a sports game on the DS. That's not my thing.
Dude, let me tell you something right now, though. Like, I'm gonna go back to a retread visual novels. I love them to death, and one of my favorite characters from Steins Gate is Mayuri. You guys don't know Mayuri from Steins Gate? Oh
It
God.
sounds familiar, but I don't think I've played Steins Gate.
Yeah, but you ever watched the anime?
I probably have, but I don't think I've watched much of it. If I have seen it.
Oh, that's an awesome one. You gotta watch it. Her character she's a very sweet character, but she's a lot smarter than she lets on. That's what I like about her. The way they approach her character, she's like real sweet and innocent, but she's a lot more wise than she lets on.
Oh, so she lets people think she's a fool and then shows them when the time is right.
Not so much that, it just comes naturally to her to be that nurturing character when she needs to be.
Oh, that's good then.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
one of my
you got
favorite.
my interest in it. I'll probably have to start binge watching that then.
Oh, trust me, you're gonna binge watch the crap out of it but when you get to the middle of the season, just be ready, man. Be ready with a box of tissues for tears, dude. You're gonna see a lot of messed up stuff.
I'm surprised
Oh,
when
man.
y'all brought up what's that girl name? Laura Croft.
oh yeah.
No, I was gonna bring her up, but yeah. I like the remade Laura Croft versus the old one because it gives her a sense of vulnerability. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I just missed the shower
the old
scene.
one, she was just like in the old ones. She was a boy made as a sex object. Basically, she had the mind. She had the mentality of a boy. Like it was. Oh, well, that's interesting. Let me go over there. Oh, why are you trying to kill me? I'll kill you first. Like what?
Hey, look, that's a bear. I'm gonna sit up here and slaughter it.
Yeah, like
pistol.
what?
Dude, that's the '90s, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yo.
Watch me take down this T-Rex with multiple bullets. Like
I'm like, dude, that's the '90s. That's what we did, man. Come on, don't bring that up.
that's true. That's true. But yeah, it is good today. That's the one thing I can say about a franchise that was revisited the right way, I think. And I think it actually appealed to the current audience. Some people want to call them the millennials. But it actually appealed to them in the right way and instilled the right sense of values that Laura is supposed to have as a character. Because all that stuff that happened in Angel of Darkness and all that was trying to correct what we already saw in her, which was a mindless babe with a killing fetish, I guess. So now that they're trying to make her more, she's gone through all these trials and tribulations or whatever, and she'll become more soulless as time goes on. towards her, her conquest to unlock all these mysteries behind her dad and all this other kind of craziness. So, yeah, she is very much looking for James McCloud, just like Fox is apparently. But it is what it is. I can't help but be selfish and say that Orchid is also an influence. Black Orchid is
this is probably going to end horribly, so let me preface this by the thoughts and feelings of Shadow Fox.
Do not necessarily reflect the views of gamers at large.
I have never seen the sister of a Tibetan warrior monk look more like Janet Jackson than she did in Killer Instinct 2. I'm sorry. That's just, to me, I was like, Janet Jackson got sticks and she beating people up, and I don't understand.
Rhythm Nation?
I was about to say that. Oh my mind.
She did not look like that in the first game. Why did they do that to her? But okay, I can accept it because her combos are awesome. And that was, yeah. But she is like a little bit, she's a little bit possessive, and she's a little bit obsessed with Ultra Tech. She can't. She's been mind raped apparently, so yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on with that. But speaking of mind raped, Cammy,
dude, you know what? There's one character that I wish would come back. That I wish that she would be done justice.
Carmen Sandiego.
No, she's been done dirty. You already know this. Joanna Dark.
Oh yes,
from Perfect Dark.
Yeah, that was a powerful character too.
Yeah. The very first game, the N64 game, is way better than that trash that was on 360.
That was a powerful character too, and not only just as the story goes, but more as we are forced to do this because we don't know what else to do with this GoldenEye engine, and we have to make this GoldenEye engine work with this new IP. How do we? The task of going from there, and number one, they knew it couldn't be a dude. They had to make it different some type of way. They make her a female. They add aliens in the mix some type of way, and they make it futuristic. And that was all of those changes. That was so unexpected for Rare at the time, because GoldenEye was unexpected to begin with. That came out of nowhere, and as good as it was, everybody's like, the follow-up cannot be that good. Not only was the follow-up that good, it was better and it was different.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I like the one rifle they had inside there that reminded me of Star Trek's TR-116.
The
one that shoots through walls.
Yeah, the scope. Yeah, I love
that. God, yes.
What was the name of that scope? What was the name of that thing?
I forgot the name of
it. Was it the X-ray scope? Was it called the X-ray scope?
No, it wasn't called the X-ray scope. It started with an F.
I called it the TR. I called it the TR-116 because that's what it reminded me of.
It started with an F. Was it the Far scope?
I forgot the name of it, but
the one that shoots through walls was awesome. I just used the laptop gun, put like 1,600 shots in, and throw it somewhere and watch people get railed.
I used the laptop gun, but this is what I would do with the laptop gun. I would have the laptop gun, and then I would roll grenades here and there too. So as people go in there and they're combating the laptop gun, or they're trying to get away from it or whatever, I will blow up the laptop gun and get an insta kill. So that I was kind of dirty with that kind of stuff, but
my god,
no proximity mines, lining the hallways. Laptop gun.
Being a sapper is fun. Nothing but bombs all over the place. Nothing but grenades. Oh lord, that's awesome.
One of the worst things I used to do was have and this is local multiplayer, by the way, since there is no such thing as online. I would make sure a dark sim or a venge sim was on the map. And I would do heinous things to get their attention and then lead them to my enemies. It was the best thing ever.
I'm going to tell you something right now, though. There was only one game that I say comes close to that amount of fun, and it was on PC, and it was the original Deus Ex in multiplayer.
Yes.
The original Deus Ex in multiplayer. Oh, my God. That was fun.
So, Deus Ex was not... it was slept on by so many people. Man,
everybody was into Half-Life this and that. There was so many games that came out around that era.
Yeah, No One Lives Forever and all that other stuff was coming out around that time.
System Shock 2, which I mention every single time I get the chance.
Yeah. Doesn't that technically counts as a female villain, right?
Yeah, Shodan. Yes,
Yeah. So
Shodan was scary.
you got that. You got well, I can't think of any female villains other than the girl with all the boobs on Battletoads, Dark Queen. There are not too many female villains like that.
No, not really. I mean,
Cameo. I can't really think of what other female villains were there that weren't in fighting games. I can't really think of too many. Not up until I think all the female villains started showing up in the last generation. There weren't too many of them before that, for the most part. Unless you want to count Mother Brain, I don't.
And I don't think that really technically.
Yeah,
counts.
that doesn't technically count. It's not a girl. That's just a female.
Brain.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like Levi Stubbs from Four Tops in the cartoon. What, man?
Whoa, hello, baby.
Yeah. Just thought it would sound like that. But
I'm mega creeped out.
mega creeped out. There's a couple more that I would probably be remiss to mention, but some people think that they are just used as fantasies.
Stage dressing.
Yeah, stage dressing, and that would be Kasumi, Ayane, and Chun-Li.
Yeah, they're. Well, Chun-Li is a main character, I guess. I don't know.
Chun-Li is a main.
She is a main.
Chun-Li is a main. Chun-Li is integral to that Street Fighter story, as well as for Dead or Alive, Kasumi and
Ayane definitely is. Well, she was a villain at first.
Yeah, she was a villain at first, but now she's more of a I go wherever Ryu goes and I kill people just because it's cool. I don't get that in Ninja Gaiden, but yeah.
She makes it look cool though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she does.
You'll want to be a serial killer by the end of that game.
Yeah, and from a game that I just got to from a character I just got to play as earlier today, and yes, Shadow is who you think it is. Link's little sister.
Yeah.
Link's little sister is freaking awesome.
She looks cool.
Gameplay vid will be incoming, but Link's little sister is pretty much awesome. Linkle is she off the chain with them crossbows, even though that kind of makes no sense that she has like a Glock 40 crossbow.
Hey man, Haru Warriors, man, you in the hood.
Yeah, you in the hood.
Oh Lord.
Linkle. Crossbow. I mean, she got that AR-15 of crossbows. Once you play it, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Let me guess, she's the only one who can out crossbow Daryl.
Yes.
I got a question for that. Do you think Linkle is actually Errol?
No.
You don't think so? You don't think that's Errol all grown up?
Nope.
Mm.
Nope. Completely different.
Oh man, what a day.
Yeah, this is completely different. Unfortunately, I mean, it would have been funny if they would have made that connection, but nah.
That would have been
completely different. It would have been interesting and kind of funny because she kind of has the look a little bit. Only that she's like, if Link is 17, she's got to be like 15 or something like that. So.
Yeah.
Oh, since we're talking about Women's Month and everything, I wanted to add a character from anime. Only because she's badass, and that's Akame from Akame Got Killed.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say somebody else. All right, yeah.
Akame from Akame Got Killed. She is badassery.
The anime version of Game of Thrones.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Don't like a character too long, because guess what?
They're dead.
So, I'm appalled with myself right now because I didn't mention this earlier, and that's this main character that's not from Mortal Kombat, but that character there, Jade.
Oh, Jade!
Oh, Jade, yeah. Well, the problem is with Jade, she only had one game, and we hoping that Ubisoft does another one, but the way Ubisoft acting like they don't want nothing to do with her.
That was a really strong character, though. It's ironic that she also used the bow staff.
Yeah, she used the bow staff better than you would see done by anybody in Walking Dead. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, she sat up there and held her own, taking care of an orphanage. I mean, she did a lot.
She actually hung out with a pig, literally.
She could. Just think how she can upgrade her game now since they have these DSLR cameras out right now.
Oh wow, dude!
And drone cameras.
I would love to use the gamepad as a camera and search around and
Yeah.
take pictures of different creatures.
She actually that was actually a lot of foreshadowing in there because you could actually do that. She had a drone camera later on in the game, so
Mhm.
yeah, that foreshadowing
That was a lot
for the
of fun.
future.
Hey, Vicky.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. We just talking favorite female game characters. So you got
Eh,
one?
And I brought anime in the mix.
Yeah, please
Yeah,
don't
he
kill
did.
us for being misogynistic. We tend to do that because we're evil, I guess.
Favorite female game characters?
Yeah.
That is an object.
What's the chick's name? Was it Ivy from Soul Calibur, right?
Oh wow!
And
You said that
Nice.
isn't an object.
Misogynist at large.
She said, we're trying to focus on strong female characters that are not overly sexualized.
So
Oh, well, whatever. Listen.
she's tall. She's tall.
She's
She's got
entitled.
gray hair.
She's entitled. She's a woman anyway.
She's tall.
entitled.
She's got gray hair. She's got whips and chains.
Oh Lord!
She's a dominatrix. and-
Wearing all leather. Don't forget that part.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that Valdo is her sub.
You know what, Vicky? Though I do agree with you. She is actually because her story in 3 and 4 actually got good in 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Her story did get really interesting. So yeah, she's awesome. She just
Isn't she like 1,000 years old too? I think is she like 1,000 years old or something like that?
she's like 200 or 300 because she can't die because of the whole
Yeah.
her sword thing.
Yeah, she had the soul edge originally, I thought.
Yeah,
Or
well,
she
she was
captured
born
something.
into it. Yeah, it's in her blood, basically.
Well, why don't we extend this on to comic book characters as well?
You just want to go to full gambit, don't you?
There's too many comic books though.
Yeah, there's way too many in
He
comic
mentions
books.
Gambit, and I can only think of Aurora
Rogue.
Monroe.
Yeah.
Rogue. I mean,
Storm.
there's Rogue. There's
No,
Storm.
Storm.
There's Wonder Woman. There's my personal favorite clone, Laura X-23.
Oh, X-23.
My favorite is the one and only child of the atom, Psylocke.
Oh.
Because not only is she's a ninja, she wasn't always a ninja. She had
Yeah.
many different forms. So
But the one that everybody knows is the ninja.
of course,
Mhm.
and that I guess that physique, if you will.
Betsy Braddock.
Yeah. Who will be played by the lovely Olivia Munn in the movie that's probably going to piss me off the most this year.
Yeah, she is not Psylocke, man.
I don't know. It depends. It depends on how well she acts. She might be able to pull it off.
This is Brian Singer we're talking about. Anyway,
Even if she was a great actress, which she's a good comedian. I don't.
This is Brian Singer we're talking about, dude.
Yeah,
just abandon hope, all ye enter here.
You're only as good as your lines are, and if you're not a good serious actor and your lines are absolute butt, I don't know.
I'm so worried. But there is one other character that a lot of people loved her Netflix show, and I'm only bringing her up
Jessica Jones.
simply because she better be in Luke Cage because I need my boy to get some help because I found out he has like 3 bad guys he's fighting.
I need to watch that at some point. I gotta watch that. I had to get around to that.
You're gonna love Kilgrave. I mean, everybody loves Kilgrave because there are people that you want to get Kilgraved in every movie after you watch them.
Oh Lord.
I was sitting up in Batman vs Superman last night, like, damn, this dude need to get Kilgraved.
What was the name of the girl with the sonic powers that was featured in the Deadpool movie?
Oh
What's her
yeah.
name?
That little chick that always texting.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
She looked like Jubilee so much. I was just like, so are you gonna? I'm just waiting for you to sprinkle your little fingers in the air. I was just
No, I like her attitude. She just sitting
Yeah.
up there texting, just minding her
acting
own
like a
business.
teenager.
Yeah.
Very just
And Deadpool just reading her like a book, and she's just like, I got nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you gonna do? Give me more teenage angst?
Oh Lord.
Pretty much, yeah.
But yeah, she's actually because in the comics she's actually a little different. Like she's actually a telekinetic. She's not a I don't know what the hell that was. What her powers were in that movie.
I think her power is a form of telekinesis and pyrokinesis, right?
I would
I
think
thought it was.
so, but I don't know because
I
they
thought it
never
was.
they never said.
I thought it was telekinesis and sonic waves. I thought is what it was. I thought she controlled the vibrations of sound.
It could be that she vibrates, the air so much that she causes it to ignite. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come up with something.
Yeah.
I'm reaching here.
Well, they didn't explain it in the movie. In the movie, they never did say what they. You just saw it.
Yeah, they just showed it.
I just like when Deadpool says, "I hate to be her prom date."
Yeah, no, I hate to be the one who forces her into prom sex.
Oh Lord.
Oh
Actually,
god.
worse.
Oh Lord.
man.
Like I said, I only seen the trailer. I haven't seen Deadpool yet. I am so dying to see it. I don't care if I get spoilers or not. I just want to see the movie.
I will put it to you like this right here. There are so many jokes you're going to be laughing to. You're going to have to watch the movie like 3 times just to get all the jokes.
I'll say this much: you must see this movie because this has to be the absolute best cameo for Stan Lee yet.
Oh Lord.
I won't say nothing else.
Oh man, I'm gonna be looking for it now.
Oh, dude, it's wide open. You're going to see him.
Oh,
I won't say nothing else.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna just tell you something right now. Stan is the man. I don't care what anybody says. Stan is definitely the man.
Oh my goodness, that's like the best cameo ever.
Yeah. And it's just amazing that Deadpool was signed as a character in the Marvel roster. Because that's not his forte. Because his whole thing was the whole comic thing anyway was at one point in time to entertain children. Then it got serious, and once it got serious, they started creating more generic stories or whatever, like the whole Superman graduating to actually being a flying superhero and all the other kind of stuff, and having a dark backstory instead of just raging out and jumping in over buildings and all the other kind of stuff and punching people in the face. It's just amazing to me that happened because I was really dreading that they weren't going to have any other Marvel characters appear because of that disassociation. And they at least attempted as much as possible to make that, and at least have references and stuff like that when available.
Let me put it to you like this right here. With $30 million, Deadpool did a better Colossus than all of the X-Men movies combined.
Exactly.
With $30 million. So, Bryan Singer goes,
Mm-hmm.
But you made it freaking Colossus like a T-1000.
To be fair, technology advanced for a lot cheaper now.
I'm not going to be fair.
At the end of the movie, Adobe is credited as one of the tools for editing this. So this was almost done in-house.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. From what the interview said, it was pretty much done in-house.
Yeah. So it just had a really good budget behind it as far as marketing goes, and that's
pretty much it. Yeah. So let's see. There's a couple more that I actually want to. You know what? I'll say that for later. Nobody said Zelda. I'm embarrassed and ashamed of y'all.
That goes without saying, though. I mean, she's a god. You can't.
And your point would be.
I mean, when we have I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. That's
Hyrule Warriors, Princess Zelda. You'll catch my drift as to why we love her.
Yeah, she's awesome. Well, I was gonna say before that because I don't know, like you go from being this badass and then you hide on purpose as this extremely frail princess that needs rescuing. Like, come on, man. That's
she set people up.
That's the stuff made a legend, and there's a reason why she has a Triforce of Wisdom at all times. So I can't even. To me, I think she doesn't even belong on that chart because she doesn't count. She doesn't overcome anything. She doesn't. All this is planned before she even goes to do anything. So I don't even know if that you can even really. Yes, she's a strong character, but she was always a strong character. Well, she decided to come down and be with the people.
But
Midna for the win, both Imp and True Form.
I would say.
But Anita Sarkeesian says that Princess Zelda is nothing but a damsel in distress.
Oh Lord!
Somebody doesn't know how to read while playing a game. Twilight Princess. I mean, Skyward Sword drove it home and said she is a god.
Basically, yeah.
Mhm.
Now Midna is my girl, but Midna she kind of violent. I actually like that.
She's more.
Midna will kill you like if you cross her. I actually like
Midna
that.
not being human, she was actually the most human
Yeah.
of all the characters in that franchise to me, anyway. So,
I will say this: there is a funny part in Hyrule Warriors where you first meet Midna, and she makes a comment about how she had just got her true form back, and she punches Sears right dead in the face.
see, that kind of stuff. I think that's Treehouse right there, man. Like some of that stuff, Treehouse is just like, it would be funny if we translate this way.
Yeah, I still think that's hilarious. She basically sees C and like, I just got my true form back. She just hauled off and punched her.
Yeah.
That will forever endear her to me.
I guess we should sit down and make a dedicated list at some point. We'll make a Google Doc, I guess, and then present it or something in some way, shape, or form. Because there's too many to name.
Yeah.
And say what you will about feminism and games and all this kind of stuff. They've been here a long time. The only thing that didn't exist that was rare regarding powerful females in games were the villains. There weren't too many strong female villains going back 6th generation and previous. Main characters and supporting characters there's always been strong females. So
always, especially RPGs and all that. Yeah.
I appreciate there being an attempt to recognize them. However, don't cut this short and start talking about what's happening now. You got to recognize what happened way back then too, when people were like, "Girls can't do that," and Samus is like, "What?"
Yeah. Samus was the first real badass. You screw with me, I'll blow your planet up type character. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. But we have come to that time, people. Like I said, thanks for joining. I know it's Saturday and not Sunday, but we're giving y'all Easter off. We will be back maybe on Wednesday. I don't know yet, but we'll try to get something out to you on Wednesday. Quan, got anything you want to pimp out?
No, sir, except for tune in Wednesday for Gamers at Large Midweek Cast.
Yep. All right, Shadow, anything?
I will echo that. Wednesday, Gamers at Large Midweek Cast. Also, look out for more Shadowcast videos coming soon, and another Shadowcast probably within the next week or so. So, yeah, keep it gaming, and as always, say, do you play games to have fun or to impress other people? Also, we need to start doing or recording some videos after we end the podcast as well, because everybody missed the puppies at large before this started. So,
Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay. We'll talk about that. Vicky, got anything you want to pimp out?
I should be having a Loot Crate unboxing for the March Loot Crate, so stay tuned for that. That should be up soon. That's about it.
Okay, and I will be having some gameplay up of some more Pokken Tournament. Some Killer Instinct Season 3 starts up on Tuesday, so be on the lookout for some gameplay of that.
yes.
And I will have some gameplay of Linkle, Ganon with his trident, and maybe Skull Kid. So that'll probably be all next week and probably tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And we will see you guys on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace.
Peace. Whatever's clever.